Good morning. We will call the meeting of the Kent County Board of Commissioners to order for Thursday, August 27th. And I will ask the deputy clerk to please call the roll.
Good morning. On the attendance roll calls, Commissioner Womack.
Present.
Vice Chair Teal.
Here.
Commissioner Steck.
Here.
Sparks. Ponstein.
Here.
Pekla. Oliver King.
Here.
Morse.
Here.
Morales. Merchant.
Here.
McLeod. LeGrand. Coleman.
Here.
Hildebrand.
Here.
Hennessy.
Here.
Halsted.
Here.
Minority Vice Chair Faber.
Here.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Here.
Burl.
Here.
Bujek.
Present.
And Chair Green.
Here.
Mr. Chair, you have 16 present, 5 absent. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Move to the invocation. I will call on Commissioner Oliver King.
Good morning, everyone. So I am going to read to you what I stayed up and wrote. I haven't been to sleep, trying to get this right for here. And then city manager is going to come up and do prayer with us. Okay. So here we go. Let's see. Today, I wanted to talk about chairs. I know chairs, but hear me out. Grand Rapids was once known around the world as Furniture City. So maybe talking about chairs at a county commissioner meeting isn't quite as strange as it sounds. We know a little something about chairs around here. Chairs hold us up. They give us a place at the table, signify authority, can signify belonging. And sometimes an empty chair can tell us just as much as an occupied one. Because today, I'm thinking about 3 kinds of chairs. The chair I'm sitting in, the chairs my colleagues are sitting in, and all of those empty chairs out there. Let's start with this one, my chair. There's a placard in front of me with my name on it, Lisa Oliver King, District 15. Each of my colleagues have one too. But I've been thinking about that lately because while our names may be on the placards in front of us, these seats don't belong to us. They belong to the people. For a little while, we've simply been entrusted with them. And what we do with the time we've been given in these chairs matter. Because that's what it means to be a public servant. We use those 2 words all the time, public servant. But I wonder how often we stop and think about the second one, servant. Service isn't submissiveness. It isn't weakness. For us, service means making room for someone else's needs, concerns, and a point of view when we make a decision. And sometimes that's easy, and sometimes that person we're called to serve doesn't look like us, vote like us, live like us, believe what we believe. Maybe they don't even vote for us. Maybe they don't even vote at all. We serve them anyway. Because representation doesn't begin with when someone walks into the room and it doesn't end when they walk out. And maybe part of being a public servant isn't simply listening to the people who come into the room. Maybe it's making sure the people who never thought there was a chair for them know there is. That brings me to the second chair I'm thinking about today, the chairs my colleagues are sitting in. People ask me sometimes, what is it like working with a Republican? And my answer is pretty simple. I work with my colleagues. Now, that doesn't mean we always agree. We don't. Sometimes we vote along party lines. Sometimes our beliefs and our principle brings us to the very different conclusion. And I don't think public service requires any of us to surrender those principles just so we can say we agree. Sometimes standing on principles is exactly what the people who put us in these chairs expect of us. But disagreement doesn't relieve us of our responsibility to work together, because none of us can do this job alone. And the person sitting across from me may see something I don't. They may know something I don't know. They may have lived something I haven't lived. There's nothing wrong with defending the view from my chair, But if I'm unwilling to understand the view from yours, I may miss something, and the people we serve need me to see. Maybe public service isn't just asking, what do I believe from where I sit? Maybe sometimes public service requires asking, what does this look like from where you are sitting? That doesn't mean I have to agree with you when I get there. It means I have to be willing to look and listen. One of the things I've learned in my second term is that knowing what I believe isn't the same thing as knowing everything I need to know. I think that's one of the privileges of serving on the commission. I get to know what happens behind the vote. The public sees the vote, yes, no, press, failed, sometimes blue, sometimes red. But we know there's so much more that happens before that vote is cast. Questions, research, conversation, disagreement, phone calls, emails from constituents. There are things we learn from our staff. There are things we learn from one another. Sometimes we hear something that confirms exactly what we already believed. And sometimes, if we're willing to listen, we hear something that makes us think again. So I've learned to ask myself, can I listen to someone I fundamentally disagree with long enough to discover whether they know something I don't? To me, that's public service, because sometimes our principles will bring us to the opposite sides of the vote. We may disagree about the solution. We may disagree about how to get there, but whatever side we're on politically, the problem belongs to all of us, and so does the responsibility to solve it. We may end up on opposite sides of the vote, but we can still sit on the same side of the problem. And at the end of those conversations, all of that listening, all of that learning, eventually we have to vote. And that's when we become accountable for what we've done with these chairs. Did I listen? Ask the right questions. Understand the people who would be affected. Consider something beyond my own experiences. Did I know firm when principles required? Did I hold firm when principles required? Was I willing to change my mind when the facts required that? And when I finally cast my vote, can I say that I did my best? Not for my party, not for myself, not for the people who agree with me, but for the people who entrusted me to serve them. And that brings me to the last chair. I want to talk about the empty ones. We don't usually have hundreds of people sitting in this room at our meeting. Sometimes we don't have a dozen. Sometimes it may only be 10. So it's easy to look out at those empty chairs and think, nobody came? Do they even care? But maybe that's not what an empty chair means at all. Maybe someone is sitting there. Someone who couldn't come because they had to work, someone who's taking care of a child, someone who's taking care of an aging parent, someone who doesn't even know when our meetings are happening, someone who wouldn't know which level of government to call about a problem they're facing, someone who doesn't trust government enough to believe that coming here would make a difference, someone who voted for us, someone who didn't, Democrat, Republican, Black, white, rich, poor, young, old, someone who agrees with us, someone who doesn't, someone who may never know our names, even though a decision we make in this room may affect their lives. They're all sitting in those chairs, and our obligation to them doesn't become any smaller simply because they aren't here to watch us fulfill it. In fact, maybe that's when the responsibility of public service matters most, when nobody's watching, no applause, no political advantage, when the person we're advocating for may never know we advocated for them. Mark?
You may be seated in your chairs. Let us pray. Oh God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, our shelter from every stormy blast, and our eternal home. How we thank you today for the privilege of service, and as we contemplate this imagery of chairs, ultimately we recognize that you are seated on the highest chair. Heaven is your throne and earth is your footstool. So we ask today, as we assume the responsibilities of these elected and appointed seats, that you would grant them the wisdom, the knowledge, the patience, the adherence to the will of the people, but ultimately knowing that your will outweighs our will. And we are here in order that your will would prevail. So thank you for ruling and super ruling and governing and super governing in the heavenlies, in the celestial and the terrestrial. We ask your blessings in this meeting and on our county, both now and days to come. It is in the mighty, matchless, and magnificent name that I pray this morning. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Commissioner Oliver King and City Manager Washington. We will move to agenda item number 5 this morning, which is the special order of business. Today we have an update on Art Prize from Tyler Loftus, Art Prize Director, and his team. Good morning, welcome.
Morning, thank you very much. My name is Tyler Loftus. I'm originally from Grand Rapids. Been in New York half my life. I'm an artist. Been around Art Prize for about a decade. Was on the board for the last 2. It's a magical, magical event. And being in the art space in a global way, I can say that with even less bias, even though I am, of course, biased because I'm from here, that this doesn't happen anywhere else. And I just wanted to come before all of you to share a few things that are going to happen this year, but also, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, to thank all of you for your support, because I don't think that we should take things like this for granted. Without all of you and the support of our county, magical things like this would not happen. And as we have moved in the last 3 years to working more with local government, I think it's opened things up to an exciting future where the general population and the government, we stand side by side, because this event is for all of us, it's by all of us, and I think that the more people that get involved, the healthier and the longer it's going to sustain itself. So in that sense, for me, Art Prize is part of an ecosystem of arts that happen in this community and that happen all year round. We're here to support all those arts. We're not here just to put on a festival for a handful of weeks and then pop out of town. No, we're here to talk about the story of West Michigan in its totality as far as the arts go. So this year, we've taken we have 4 weekends. We brought back preview weeks so the city of Grand Rapids and our county could get ready for Art Prize together. So as local artists and artisans, we could all sort of get ready for the world to come to our city. So we have 4 weekends, starting with dance, music, the visual arts, and fashion. And on each weekend, we're calling on our local arts organizations to curate amazing events. So for instance, our first weekend, and of course all of you know this, but I love touting our community, we have the only professional ballet dance troupe in the state of Michigan, here in Grand Rapids. So that opening weekend, they're putting on a dance festival incorporating all sorts of different dances down at Rosa Park. Every weekend, we're going to be doing things down at Rosa Park, and all these events are going to be free. I mean, that's important. It's about inclusivity and creating access to the fine arts that a lot of people wouldn't otherwise have the proclivity to attend these things or the funds. So again, opening up Art Prize to other entities. The second weekend is music. That's our opening weekend. That's when the voting starts. We're turning the Pearl Street Bridge into a musical instrument. We have the largest stringed instrument in the world. It's going to be a harp. It goes over, the strings are going to go over the top of the bridge. And before that, we are hosting a parade that's going to start at Rosa Park and end in the bridge. We're going to have an hour-long performance from the world's largest stringed instrument, and then we're going to have fireworks. That Saturday, the opera is doing an hour-long performance at Rosa Parks. We have 8 singers will be out there. And so all of these people coming to Art Prize are going to experience opera. Super, super excited about that. The next weekend, Visual Arts, we have an incredible children's event down at the Downtown Market, partnering with the Children's Museum, the Public Museum, and a lot of other incredible entities to sort of showcase how children fit into the creative space and how they fit into Art Prize. Then we're going out to the zoo for our halftime, announcing our awards. We're going to have artists live painting, 14 different artists around the zoo. We're going to have visitors be able to pick one of these paintings that we're going to give away at the end. Super excited about that. And then our closing is going to be at the amphitheater. And we have a fashion show with the opera, dance, and the symphony all together. And we are trying to break a world record for the largest fashion show ever attended. We're bringing the Guinness Book of World Records in. They're sending an adjudicator here. It's free. The current record is 3,000. So we have to break this record. And, you know, how cool would that be? Not only is it for our county, for our great city, but just Michigan in general, that we can hold the record for the largest attended fashion show. I mean, why not? So, among other things that we're doing, sort of opening up partnerships and sort of exploring different ways where we can help other entities that partner alongside Art Prize. This year, in the 3rd Ward, there's something called South Prize. Super excited about that. They're activating their own version of Art Prize that we are marketing with. We are going to announce their awards at our awards. They're having a trolley that is going to go from the 3rd Ward to downtown and back. Very, very excited about that. As well as the Grand Rapids African American Art and Music Festival. It's just things like this that I feel like Art Prize needs to do a better job at partnering with and uplifting, because we are a catalyst. We are not the thing. We are part of the thing. So for me as an artist, again, from the bottom of my heart and from the new director of this incredible thing, I thank all of you. And I have a few words from my colleague here about ways that we're marketing and getting the word out. But again, this is a group effort, so our doors are always open, and art belongs to all of us. Any thoughts, any ideas, we're always open. So appreciate all of you. Thank you. And hopefully we'll see you there. Yes. What? Oh, no.
That's okay, go ahead, Commissioner.
Thank you. Are you working with any of the art collectors that are here in Grand Rapids and further west communities?
Yes. Yes. We're also, one of our partners is Kendall Ferris, and we're really working with the students there. We have world-class artists. We have an artist that went to the Venice Biennale for Mexico, and they're coming in, and they're honestly practicing art at the highest levels. They're coming here because they understand that America is suffering when it comes to the arts and accessibility, and so they're coming here to do what this event really highlight the magic of this event, that you can have your very first show and you can be showing next to somebody who is literally in the MoMA or in one of the world's greatest museums. So extremely excited about that, and extremely excited about getting more of the students and more of the pipeline for artists to be able to work and live and stay in our community. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Good morning. I'm Coleman Brooks Sr. I'm a Deputy Director for Art Prize this year. Just would like to start reiterating that, the reason we're leaning into all of these partnerships with these different arts organizations and different community leaders around Grand Rapids is, for too long, it's been assumed Art Prize, happens in Grand Rapids, but it's not because of Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids isn't just where Art Prize happens, it's why it happens. This is a very special place, and we truly believe it could only happen here. We have world-class arts organizations like Tyler mentioned, the opera, the symphony, Broadway, and we feel a responsibility to not only highlight and elevate, but make sure people coming to Grand Rapids know that these organizations exist the other 11 months out of the year that Art Prize is not going on. So we're really leaning into a lot of those partnerships and trying to spread the word that, Grand Rapids is Art City USA as much as it is Beer City USA. To that end, with our marketing efforts, we're leaning on some other amazing partners like Experience Grand Rapids. I think one of the best tourism marketing boards any city could have. We're displaying ads all over Chicago, Detroit, different airport hubs, and then also partnering with a few different PR firms across the country to make sure that, you know, our $82.6 million economic impact continues to grow, especially as we expect to see over 1 million visitors this year, having had 900,000 last year. So really excited to see all of these different efforts and bring back some of the spectacle, you know, as we introduce world record accolades to our city and world's longest instruments. But yeah, very excited to kind of bring things back and continue to grow. Thank you.
Great. Does anybody have any further questions or discussion from our friends from Art Prize? Yes, Minority Vice Chair Faber.
Thank you. Thanks for coming, guys. Sorry, Dave. I really appreciate you kind of being here and sharing. Sorry, I totally obliterated my colleague. It's one way to get rid of your opposition, I guess.
Taxpayer-funded laptops coming out of your
exactly.
paycheck there. Commissioner.
So, quick question. So, can you explain a little bit what the current structure of Art Prize is? You're no longer a nonprofit. You're sort of under DGRI. Is that how I understand it? Or can you just explain kind of where you exist today?
Yeah, we're still a nonprofit. The MOU is a partnership between Kendall, the city, and private funding. So it's basically the exact same as it was. It's just the people that are running it now and funding it are different.
So what is the connection with DGRI today?
DGRI, sorry. Yeah.
City manager stepping in.
We still have nonprofit status, as Mr. Loftus mentioned, but it's under DGRI. So DGRI is the agency that provides the administrative support for Art Prize. There's a collaboration in the agreement between Kendall College of Art and Design and the City of Grand Rapids to continue the licensing of Art Prize. So we effectually call it Art Prize 2.0. We have a committee. The county is also represented on the Art Prize committee.
Great, thank you. So our initial contribution to Art Prize as a county was $75,000, probably 3 years ago. The next year that went to $200,000. I think in our budget this year, it's slated to be $200,000 again. When we originally supported Art Prize, there was probably a list of 15 to 20 different groups, including Experience Grand Rapids, the city, several private, that came forward to sort of help with that transition as they moved away from the previous model. Is it possible to get an understanding of kind of what that list of support looks like today? I didn't see, for instance, a readily available 990 for Art Prize, for example, because it's a different entity than a 501c3, I assume.
Yeah, we can certainly get all that information to you and, yeah, work with DGRI to share all that information, of course.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Part of my questioning is around, you know, I've seen this organization change significantly over the course of time, and my main concern is that the funding responsibility for Art Prize moves farther and farther towards a public source opposed to where it started, which was really through philanthropic with some in-kind support from government. Now we're really making direct contributions. So that's what's sitting behind some of my questions and frankly, my concerns.
Please, if you'd like to, City Manager, go ahead.
I too share those concerns, and I think as we've been talking with both the members of the corporate and private sector, it's really challenging in this economic time to have a free event that you have 1 million people experience. And the public does benefit on the economic return, the $84 million economic impact, the fact that the hotels are filled and there's retail spending. And so I think what will be also helpful is after this Art Prize, in addition to the list of sponsorship, is for Mr. Loftus to share the economic impact in more detail and how the public benefits from this experience that we are glad to continue.
Commissioner Sparks.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to say thank you to Tyler and his team. Serving with them, I am amazed at the work that you guys get done. This is your life. You live, eat, breathe. I mean, Art Prize. And the remuneration that you're actually getting, which we know is not really anything, compared to the work that you're putting in. So thank you on behalf of the hundreds of thousands of people that will be here to witness Art Prize and to enjoy our city, the economic impact that it will make on our city. I think it's amazing, and I'm excited to see where the future's going to go under your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Commissioner Steck.
Thank you, Chair Green. So, Commissioner Faber and I usually work very well together on almost everything, but sometimes not. I would encourage Art Prize going forward to continue to hold on to the private nature of this initiative, because this initiative is best developed and is most artistic, is most creative when it's not controlled by the public entities. I love being part of the initiative, but I would encourage you, don't let that go. Keep that characteristic as part of what you do.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you. We appreciate it. We will move on to agenda item number 6, which is public comment related only to agenda action items. You can please come forward, give us your name and address. You have up to 3 minutes, and the agenda item you'll be speaking to this morning. Good morning.
Yes, greetings in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Would this cover resolutions, this time period?
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner King. And he left. I'm just curious, did you write the prayer that he said, or did he write that? He wrote that. Okay. I'll have to thank him when I see him next. By the way, your first name means consecrated to the Lord. But again, my real identity is I'm a follower of the Lord Jesus Christ. I didn't plan on addressing Art Prize here, but real quickly, I hope none of my tax money goes to any award for any artist who creates pornography. I've seen it over the years. We ministered during the Art Prize with the gospel, and I've seen pornographic, well, it's not art, it's pornography. And I would publicly oppose my tax dollars, the $175,000 or whatever the county is giving to this, to go to any artist that would produce such immorality. All right, I wanted to address really it's from last time, Chairman Green. Are we supporting the union, the UAW? I saw so this is about finances. Wage increases for the United Auto Workers. That was from last time, the agenda.
We don't do question and answer during this public
Okay.
comment. I think you know that, Pastor. You've been here several times and you
Yes,
probably are aware
I'm
of
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. Well, I would oppose that. Again, my tax money going to the UAW. As I have done before, I would oppose any of our funds going to 425 East Cherry, what they call Planned Parenthood, which is really planned genocide. And that's all I have at this time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else for public comment related to agenda action items only? Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Brandy Ritzma. I object to Resolution 8/27/2697 unless independent checks and enforceable accountability accompany these 4 new adult criminal defense positions. Their combined annual salaries are $483,699, approximately $121,000 per attorney. Yet the packet does not identify who will be hired, current staffing numbers, caseload limits, total funding sources, or how clients can verify that their evidence was received, reviewed, and investigated. These attorneys are paid whether a client is acquitted, convicted, pleads, or obtains dismissal. Compensation does not prove effective representation. A closed file is not automatically a successful outcome. Heavy caseloads and institutional pressure can make a plea easier than investigating the evidence, testing every legal element, challenging probable cause, and contesting an unlawful search, or even seeking dismissal. A plea cannot become the mechanism used to rescue a charge the government could not prove. That's what's going on. They want you to plead down because they can't even meet the elements of the crime. The system also cannot investigate and grade itself. The attorney, supervisor, employer, complaint investigator, and performance reviewer cannot all operate within the same chain of authority. Require independent complaint review with tracking numbers, written findings, deadlines, corrective action, and an appeal process. Require secure evidence submission with proof of receipt, documented client communication and investigation, conflict screening, and informed consultation before pleas, waivers, or probation conditions are imposed. My experience with Kent County's separate juvenile appointment system proves why this matters. I was court-ordered to Zoom last week for a juvenile matter by Zoom, and I appeared as ordered, and I was excluded. I submitted evidence and concerns to appointed counsel, but received no meaningful response while my child was placed on probation and remains without his seized phones, and he has no idea what's going on. He doesn't understand. You need to require public reporting of funding, staffing, caseloads, pleas, dismissals, complaints, conflicts, and corrective actions. Without independent oversight, the system funds itself, investigates itself, and declares itself successful. Do not fund the appearance of representation. Fund representation that can be documented, measured, challenged, and trusted. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment related to agenda action items this morning? All right, I see none. Thank you very much. We'll move to agenda item number 7, which is the consent agenda. I will call on Commissioner Oliver King. Commissioner, can you turn your mic on, please?
Sorry about that. Jumping out the gate fast. What? Oh, sorry. Okay, back. I move that the consent agenda is adopted.
Thank you. Is there support? Support. Supported by Commissioner Sparks. Questions, comments, or discussion on the consent agenda? I see none. This is a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt the consent agenda, Commissioner Womack.
Yes.
Vice Chair Teal.
Yes.
Commissioners Steck.
Yes.
Sparks.
Yes.
Ponstein. Pakla. Oliver King.
Yes.
Morse.
Yes.
Morales.
Yes.
Merchant. McLeod. LeGrand. Coleman.
Yes.
Hildenbrand. Hennessy.
Yes.
Halsted.
Yes.
Minority Vice Chair Faber.
Yes.
Commissioners DeBoer.
Yes.
Burl. Bujak.
Yes.
Chair Green.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 18 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. The consent agenda is adopted.
Thank you. We'll move to agenda item number 8, which is resolutions. For 8A, I will call on Vice Chair Teal.
Thank you, Chair Green. I move Resolution 85, easement agreement with Consumers Energy for the purposes of developing James and Shirley Bulk Family Park.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner DeBoer. Questions, comments, or discussion on this item? I see none. This is a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Motion carries. The resolution is adopted. We'll move to agenda item 8B, and I will call on Commissioner Hildebrand.
Thank you, Chair. I move Resolution 86 of today's date, easement agreement with Cannon Township for the purposes of developing a Cannon Township trail within Luton Park.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Morse. Questions, comments, or discussion on this item? Commissioner Faber.
Thank you, Chair. Just want to thank the Parks Department for their continued work in leveraging local, state, federal dollars. We really get a significant bang for our buck with our Parks Department, so thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, I see none. This is, again, a roll call vote. Or, I'm sorry, this is a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Motion carries. The resolution is adopted. We'll move to agenda item 8C. And I will again call on Vice Chair Teal.
Thank you, Chair Green. I move resolution number 87, fiscal year 2027 General Appropriations Act.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Halsted. Questions, comments, or discussion on this item? Commissioner Coleman.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to express my thanks to everyone involved. I know it's hundreds of people that get us to this moment of voting on next year's budget. So I just want to say thanks. And each year we kind of tweak the process a little bit, and some of those updates to the process this year throughout the last 6 months or so, I thought were great to just encourage, more early dialogue on some aspects like the capital expenditures and things like that. I thought they were definite upgrades, and just wanted to express my appreciation for that as well.
Thank you. Anyone else? Questions, comments, discussion? I see none. I would also like to just add my thanks to the fiscal services team in particular for the work that goes into building the budget. I heard one time that the Mackinac Bridge, they paint it all the way through, and then they start painting the other end right away, and that's kind of how the budget works. You finish the other side, and you start building it right away at the end. So it is a year-long process, and I wanted to also thank Finance Chair Teal and my colleagues for their work on moving us through this process. So we very much appreciate your engagement. All right. I see no discussion. With that, this is a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 87, Commissioner Womack.
Yes.
Vice Chair Teal.
Yes.
Commissioners Steck.
Yes.
Sparks.
Yes.
Ponstein.
Yes.
Pekla. Oliver King.
Yes?
Morse. Morales. Merchant. McLeod. LeGrand. Coleman.
Yes.
Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Hennessy.
Yes.
Halsted.
Yes.
Minority Vice Chair Faber. Commissioners DeBoer. Burl. Bujak.
Yes.
Chair Green.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 18 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 87 is adopted.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We will move to agenda item 8D, and I will call on Commissioner Oliver King.
Thank you, Chair. I move that Resolution 88, ready by 5, fiscal year 2027 funding allocation of today's date be adopted.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Morales. Questions, comments, or discussion on this item? Commissioner Womack.
Just very proud to be here to support the Ready by 5 funding today. Allocations, when we look at education, is the best way to change some of the dynamics and disparities within the community. And sitting on the Ready by 5 committee, I'm having a great chance to see how they're impacting Kent County. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Steck.
Thank you, Chair Green. My question on the submission has to do with the components for evaluation. I don't know if there was someone here from, didn't want you to think this was going to be free and easy.
Morning, Stan.
So we build in some evaluation costs, and that's part of the process. I understand that. And it's about $261,000. My questions are, is that an annual allocation? or is this a one-time? And are the reports on the evaluation process going to be submitted annually or at the end of the term of the millage?
Before you answer, Commissioner Sett, can you just introduce yourself for the record and
Yeah.
the folks at home?
Perfect. I am Kiana Zadaray. I am the Vice President of Community Investments at Ready by Five, or First Steps Kent. I've seen many of you here before. Super excited to answer this question. This is a twofold question. It is an annual, but also we have a needs assessment that's wrapped into that. That's every 2 years per our contract with the county. So that's also included in this year's, which is the reason for a little bit of the increase. But we do have a year-over-year renewal with our evaluators.
And when you say our evaluators, because it refers to basis, is that internal process at First?
It is not. These are external evaluators.
So you have a contract with an entity to do that?
Correct.
Okay, good. Well, I look forward to those, obviously. Those are important reports. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have another one over there, besides Commissioner Womack, for a second?
Since we have you up here, one of my questions was, right after COVID, during and after COVID, we're looking for some of the evaluations, and some of them didn't seem to be there. When we look at these evaluations and what we're doing now compared to coming out of COVID, how far have we come? And were you aware of, there were some of our questions during the COVID that weren't answered?
I was not here during COVID, but I would love to know specifically what evaluation measures you're looking for. I'd be happy to answer questions if I had more of a better framework or structural understanding.
Have the evaluators that we're partnering with now been the same ones since the Ready by Five millage was passed, or? are they-
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anybody else? All right, thank you, Ken. We appreciate it. All right, this is a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 88, Commissioner Womack.
Yes.
Vice Chair Teal. Commissioners Steck.
Yes.
Sparks. Ponstein. Pakla. Oliver King.
Yes.
Morse. Morales. Merchant. McLeod. LeGrand. Coleman.
Yes.
Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Hennessy.
Yes.
Halsted.
Yes.
Minority Vice Chair Faber. Commissioners DeBoer. Burl.
Yes.
Bujak.
Yes.
Chair Green.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 18 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 88 is adopted.
Thank you. We will move on to agenda item number 8E, and I will call on Commissioner Halsted.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt Resolution 89 of today's date for senior millage funding allocations for fiscal year 2027.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Morales. Questions, comments, or discussion on this item? Okay, I see none. This is again a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 89er, Commissioner Womack.
Yes.
Vice Chair Teal. Commissioners Steck. Sparks. Ponstein. Pakla. Oliver King. Morse. Morales. Merchant. McLeod. LeGrand. Coleman. Hildenbrand. Hennessy. Halsted. Minority Vice Chair Faber. Commissioners DeBoer. Burl. Bujak. Chair Green.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 18 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 89er is adopted.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We'll move to item 8F, and I will again call on Vice Chair Teal.
Thank you, Chair Green. I move Resolution 90, fiscal year 2027 Prevention Initiative funding allocation.
Thank you. Is there support? Support. Supported by Commissioner Hildebrand. Questions, comments, discussion on this item? I see none. This is, again, a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 90, Commissioner Womack.
Yes.
Vice Chair Teal. Commissioners Steck.
Yes.
Sparks. Ponstein. Pakla. Oliver King.
Yes.
Morse. Morales. Merchant. McLeod. LeGrand. Coleman. Hildenbrand. Hennessy. Halsted. Minority Vice Chair Faber. Commissioners DeBoer. Burl. Bujak. Chair Green.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 18 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 90 is adopted.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We will move to agenda item 8G, and I will call on Commissioner Robert S. Womack.
Thank you, Chair Green. I'd like to move Resolution 91 of today's date, fiscal year 2026 Walk for Warmth Special Project Fund Appropriation.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Oliver King. Questions, comments, discussion on this item? I see none. This is a voice vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Move to agenda item 8H, and I will again call on Commissioner Oliver King.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to move Resolution 92, appropriation for senior center staffing increase, be adopted.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Burrow. Questions, comments, discussion on this item? I see none. This is again a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Move to agenda item 8I, and I will again call on Commissioner Oliver King.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to move Resolution 93 of today's date, appropriation for senior housing stability, be adopted.
Thank you. Supported by Commissioner Womack. Questions, comments, discussion on this item? I see none. This is again a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Resolution is adopted. We'll move to agenda item 8J, and I will call on Commissioner Hildebrand.
Thank you, Chair Green. I move Resolution 94 at today's date, the Kent Hospital Finance Authority Revenue Bonds, Series 2026, for Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Halsted. Questions, comments, discussion on this item? Yes, Commissioner Faber.
I think I tracked this, but so the area hospitals are able to get, we don't have any obligation surrounding this bond. How long has this model kind of been around, and are there other opportunities for groups to come together in this way to partner with the county?
There have been other mechanisms. Some counties or cities have economic development corporations, and there are opportunities for hospitals or universities to sell bonds through that type of mechanism. This specific one was set up in state law for hospitals to sell debt. And my understanding is you can avoid some fees that are in the Internal Revenue Code by doing it in this fashion. But Kent County does not take on any obligation. It doesn't count against our debt capacity or anything like that.
Great, thanks for the explanation.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, I see none. This is a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. The resolution is adopted. We'll move to agenda item 8K, and I will again call on Vice Chair Teal.
Thank you, Chair Green. I move resolution number 95, fiscal year 2025, Homeland Security Grant Acceptance.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Halsted. Questions, comments, discussion on this item? I see none. This is a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 95, Commissioner Womack.
Yes.
Vice Chair Teal.
Yes.
Commissioners Steck.
Yes.
Sparks. Ponstein. Pakla. Oliver King. Morse. Morales. Merchant. McLeod. LeGrand. Coleman.
Yes.
Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Hennessy. Halsted. Minority Vice Chair Faber. Commissioners DeBoer. Burl. Bujak. Chair Green.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 18 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 95 is adopted.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We will move to item 8L, and I will call on Commissioner Bujak.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to move resolution number 96 of today's date, Kent County Community Action Advisory Governing Board appointment.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Burl. Questions, comments, discussion on this item? I see none. This is, again, a voice vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes and the resolution is adopted. We'll move to agenda item number 8M. going through the whole alphabet here today. I will, in the absence of Commissioner LeGrand, I'll call on Minority Vice Chair Faber.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to move Resolution 97 of today's date to add 4 full-time equivalent attorney positions funded through fiscal year 2027 Michigan Indigent Defense Commission Compliance Plan.
Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Oliver King. Questions, comments, or discussion on this item? I see none. This is again a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Motion passes and the resolution is adopted. We'll move on to agenda item number 9, which is public comment related to general county matters. Please come forward if you have any public comment related to general county matters. Give us your name and address. You have up to 3 minutes. Thank you.
My name is Brandy Ritzma. I'm a resident from Kentwood, Michigan. I renew my request for a forensic audit and permanent transparency system for every publicly funded professional involved with my families from 2013 until today, if that's possible. In 2013, Mary Golden, an attorney for my children who was court-appointed, and we, as parents, also had court-appointed attorneys. Even though that was publicly funded, we were also later billed for those things. So I feel there's a lot of double dipping going on when there's no checks and balances and accountability. Today, Mary Golden is again being appointed in a juvenile matters for my child, and I submitted concerns. I appeared by Zoom after I was court-ordered, and I wasn't allowed in the Zoom. How can you be served and court-ordered and told there's consequences if you don't appear, and then you're not allowed in? Make it make sense, Kent County. These agencies operate in concert. Police submit allegations, prosecutors authorize charges, courts issue warrants, and appoint attorneys. Probation imposes conditions, and public funds pay everyone involved. Yet there is no unified record allowing families or auditors to determine what evidence moved between them, what was verified, who made each decision, or what service public money purchased. We need 2 permanent portals. Families need a secure portal showing every appointment, every submission, receipt, order, warrant, hearing, recording, invoice, payment, attorney communication, and action taken, regardless of how old the case is. The public also needs an anonymized accountability portal showing funding sources, appointments, caseloads, services performed, pleas, dismissals, trials, complaints, conflicts, and corrective action without exposing children or confidential family information. Every charge must retain a valid, factual, and legal foundation. A plea cannot conceal that the original allegation lacked required elements. Any amended charge must have its own factual basis, jurisdiction, and informed voluntary agreement. Without corrected records, each agency approves one fragment while nobody accepts responsibility for the complete result, and it continues carrying on like in my family. Public money should create a public audit trail. Not a maze families are forced to reconstruct after the harm is done and it goes ignored. Build the portals, preserve the history, make accountability part of the funding, not something families must beg for afterward and navigate in a maze. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment related to general county matters? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Matthew, and the pastor who spoke before is my father. We have been given permission due to threats to make our address. I'm like my dad, a 31-year resident of the city, and I've come up here to share the wonderful news, and that will add more, but to share the wonderful news that 320 is shut down, and hopefully 425 is shut down soon, and and to to remind you that not only is the not only are the elections coming up, so get out and vote, but an even more important day is coming up, and that's when the Lord will return to not only ransom His church, but enact judgment on His enemies. And so I would rather see you all in heaven than be separated from you all in hell. Me and I know where we're going, so it's very easy to know where you are going. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back, Mr. Skett.
Thank you, Chairman Green. Can I talk to someone afterwards, Al, about my concerns with the UAW? Okay. Some good news. My brother in Christ, Jordan Sweezer, and his team that has been saving babies' lives in front of 320 East Fulton and now 425 East Cherry, he recently shared that God has used them to save 150 babies in the last 6-7 years. Isn't that wonderful? 150. The 24th, that's 3 days ago, was a significant anniversary. For it was 3 years ago, on August 24, that violent tornado came through Belmont and Rockford. And that night, the wife of the butcher from 320 East Fulton, Dr. Gordon, was having a violent heart attack. That's his wife's words. She called for the EMT to come out. They said, "We cannot come out to your home because there are trees all down around your home." She then called the EMT helicopter. "Can you come and help my husband? He's having a violent heart attack." They said, "No, we cannot fly in this weather." So the Almighty Lord God said, "Enough is enough." This man killed, and his staff, at 320 East Fulton, 50,000 babies. It's documented. Uh, 50,000. One man. Violent deaths, tearing apart them in the womb or outside of the womb. We don't rejoice in anyone's death, of course, not even in his, but we do rejoice that that place is closed down, still vacant. We're praying that it would be a place of light. I want to remind you, at 425 East Cherry, 100 beautiful babies are still murdered every month or every week. 400 a month. So we need to pray that that's closed down. I pray that we'd never become like California and Washington State now, who have passed laws that parents can wait 30 days after birth, then have the baby destroyed, usually by strangulation. Look it up. It's true.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment related to general county matters this morning? Okay, I see none. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry. Please come forward. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Keenan King. I'm Executive Director for Kent School Services Network. Just want to express gratitude for the Board of Commissioners for your support for Kent School Services Network over almost 20 years. Between this and funding from the Grand Rapids Community Foundation, we've been able to serve almost 20,000 kids annually, 49 schools across the county. So just wanted to say thank y'all and appreciate the work that y'all do in this space, okay? And shouts out to Jennifer James back there. She has been a strong supporter of our work. If you all want to see community school coordinators in action or want to learn more about our work, please, just reach out to me, okay? Thank y'all.
Thank you, Dr. King. Appreciate it. All right, anyone else? I don't want to go too quick again. All right, thank you. We appreciate you being here. We'll move on to agenda item number 10, which is the administrator's report. Al?
Yes, I'll echo comments made earlier and express my gratitude to our fiscal services staff. We've got Jeff Dode, our fiscal services director, our deputy director, Scott Saindon, Keith Hybor, our budget director. And I really, when I look at the work Keith is doing, I really appreciate his ability to communicate in a very transparent way what's happening with a very complicated budget. And so, Keith, special thanks for you this morning. And then, of course, all of our departments. We've got our boards, commissions in some cases, our board of commissioners. It is a big, a monumental task to stand this up. I absolutely love the metaphor of painting the Mackinac Bridge. I think we'll be able to use that in the future some. Also, just wanted to mention that we will start to see some physical evidence of the demolition of the old hospital soon. I toured it Monday morning for about an hour and a half with Tim, our facilities director, and the inside is pretty well torn up, but they're going to start separating the wall between CMH and the old hospital probably next week. And so this is a process overall that will probably take until next March, but certainly we'll start to see the exterior demolition begin soon. I also just wanted to mention, again, I'm not responding necessarily as much as wanting to inform the public. I don't know how many people watch our meetings online, and we usually have a half a room at least full of people.
It's at least hundreds of thousands
Hundreds
online.
of thousands of people, so. But I do think it's just important to note that the UAW is one of 10 labor unions. We have 10 groups that we bargain with, and that's all heavily regulated by the National Labor Relations Act. And so how those negotiations go, the terms of how we must bargain is all governed by the federal government, and then there's a whole series of federal law and state law that flows from that. And so the Board of Commissioners, for them, this is a perfunctory administrative process and not a political one when we get to the point of approving contracts. So I think that's it for today.
All right. Anybody have questions for Al? I know we don't normally do that here, but all right. You know where to find him. Works just around the corner. All right, report from the chair. We do have a quick report today. Hard to believe time flies when you're having fun, but on August 30th, we'll be celebrating, recognizing Al's 5-year anniversary in his current position. And we regularly award pins for our employees for their years of service at 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 years. So Human Resources gave Taylor and I this memo, and I'm the only one, the board is the only people that gets to be Al's, boss around here. So at any rate, we'd like to present, I'll do my Vanna. This is a lovely 5-year service pin to Al, and here, I'm gonna pin it on your jacket.
Pin it on me?
Yeah, we'll do a pinning ceremony here. All right. It's very Greek-like. Okay. All right. So thank you, Al. We appreciate your service, and yeah, it was a little awkward.
Thank you very much. It is an honor and pleasure to serve, so thank you.
Thank you, Al. All right, that's all I have for the report from the chair. Commissioner comments, or any commissioner comments? Commissioner Ponstein.
Thank you, Chair Green. So Al, this is just a kind of a request, but teeing on how many people watch this. People do watch it, and I think one of the things a resident came up to me and said, we see speakers come time and time again speaking with no resolve. Is there a way to, I don't know if someone is writing stuff down about the people that come speak, to let the commissioners know one of probably 3 things. No, there's nothing we really can do to help, or we can help, or the information is not correct. I mean, I think that'd be helpful to commissioners that listen to the public comments. So on that, I'll change it to seats. Oliver King, thank you. It was a little bit different. I wanted to pick the chair up to see where this one was made, It, brought back memories of, Grand Rapids has been blessed with a lot of companies, and I think the furniture industry left its footprint and mark all across this. And I remember as a young school board member, we took a bid for the new high school auditorium, and American Seating was one of the highest. There was talk on whether we were going to reject the bids, but I think we did the right thing. We did reject it, went with a local supplier that had people that were employed that lived in Granville and the surrounding school district area. So, I mean, if we want to keep these great businesses that have not just supported us in the past and currently, but in the future, we've got to support them. And then finally, I think America and Kent County, I know her footprint reached in here with her free book, Imagination Club. Dolly Parton passed away. I mean, what a great soul. People wanted to know whether she was a Democrat, Republican, what she leaned on, what she stood for. She stood in her faith and for being kind and generous to all people. And I just want to recognize that because she was an outstanding individual, whether you like country music or not. Thank you.
Thank you, and amen. Commissioner Hildebrand.
Thank you, Chair Green. I just wanted to acknowledge our Undersheriff Brian Muir. He's here today for being officially appointed to replace outgoing Sheriff Michelle LaJoy Young. I think that was made official last week and assuming the role in October, I think. So I just want to say he's always shows up. He's professional, knowledgeable, and I think it'll be a smooth transition as he takes over the leadership of the Kent County Sheriff's Office. So just wanted to publicly thank him and appreciate him stepping up and taking a very, very tough role in our county.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Steck.
Thank you, Chair Green. Two things. First of all, last week I went over the Mackinac Bridge while they were painting it, and I can assure you there is nothing more dangerous than painting that bridge, so be careful about your metaphor.
I knew what I was doing.
The other thing is, we just passed resolutions approving allocations of more than $30 million of taxpayer funds, and for those 100,000 viewers, we didn't even have a single comment. And I want to assure those viewers that there's an incredible amount of vetting that goes on behind the scenes before we even get to this vote. As Commissioner Oliver King noted in her fine comments, there's an awful lot of analysis that goes on before we make that vote. So believe me, this was a tough analysis, a tough consideration, and it was not just dumb flipping.
Thank you. Others? Commissioner Womack.
Thank you, Chair Green. Just want to thank Commissioner Oliver King for her words today. I think in a condensed version of it, it'd be great for Commissioner orientations, because it was a lot of great knowledge, advice, and wisdom in your words this morning. So thank you. Also want to thank Commissioner Pornstein for acknowledging Dolly Parton, her passing, and her historical contributions to American music, and just welcome the Undersheriff to his new role until an election, and we'll see what happens then. But still, just want to thank him for all of his service throughout the years. It's just been so on point. His connectivity, his answering calls, and helping constituents in any way that he could just has to be acknowledged. So thank you, Undersheriff, once again.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Hennessy.
Thank you. There's so many ways in which we build communities. I mean, we do it through our budget, through things like Art Prize, all the nonprofits that work within our communities, our townships, our villages. And so one of them, and then we have all these festivals on the weekend on the Calder Plaza. And one of them that's coming up this weekend is from the Polish Heritage Society, which has the oldest ongoing festival, the Fall Harvest Festival, coming up this weekend. And it gives the Citizen of the Year Award, which will be given tomorrow night. And it will be going, just as a hint, to the informal mayor of Canonsburg. And so be free, be free, show up, help build our community. There are just so many ways in which we can do so. Thank you.
I think that's Mr. Don Kurlwitz is who you're referring to, yeah. He's a good friend of Treasurer McGregor's from over the years. Pete's nodding his head. Pete tried to run for mayor of Cannonsburg. It's a fictional position, but it's appointed. Yes. Yes, Commissioner Halsted.
Real quick, just a couple things. Sit on the Fire Commission with Commissioner Bujak. And we had the pleasure of going and seeing the new fire trucks in Caledonia this week and celebrating that with them. A couple events that are coming up on September 24th. We have the Veterans Services that are doing a stand down for homeless at Millennium Park. And on September 19th in my own community, we have the Taste of Gaines, which we'd like to invite anyone to come and join.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anyone else? All right, briefly, I just wanted to recognize everybody, those of us with school-age kids know well, back to school this week. I looked it up, we have over 300 school buildings in Kent County between our public and private and parochial schools. So wish a very safe and a productive school year to our teachers, staff, students, parents. It takes a village to make those buildings go round, so we want to thank you for everything that you do and wish everybody a great school year. With that, I will call on Commissioner Oliver King for a motion to adjourn. Thank you. Is there support? Supported by Vice Chair Teal. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We are adjourned.